They went down, we went
pros.
up. All right, let's go to Maddie Gardner out on the race course.
Well, we are just now seeing our first finishers for the half marathon race crossing the finish line right now. So this is very exciting. He's about to run through that light blue finish line, and he just finished a little bit over an hour, I believe I heard them say. But I am with Bonnie Collins and some ladies from the Live Like Maya Foundation, and they walked the 5K this morning. And you are also seeing a beautiful photo of Maya. Bonnie, you are Maya's mom. Tell me about her.
So Maya was just a light. She was beautiful. She just brightened the room when she entered it. She loved to do random acts of kindness on her worst days. She would love to swing by on the way to her clinic appointments and she would ask me, can we feed a homeless person? We would, run through a drive-through, and I always tell people there was one day that we drove through Burger King and we got a meal for a homeless person. We pulled up on the side of the road and we rolled the window down, and he walked up to the window and he saw her little bald head and he said, I will pray for you, and she said, I will pray for you too. That's just the kind of girl that Maya was. She was just a light.
And the kind of mom that you were to raise Maya in that way. Tell me more. I know that she was at St. Jude for some treatment, but I'd love to know more about her entire journey.
So she was diagnosed at Cincinnati Children's. She had acute myeloid leukemia. She received 2 bone marrow transplants while we were at Cincinnati Children's, and we literally received 2 bills for $1 million. My husband had insurance, but we still had to pay about $40,000 out of pocket. So she did relapse after both her transplants at Children's. So we ended up at St. Jude 4 years later. We resided at St. Jude for a year and a half, and everything was paid for. Our housing, travel, medical bills, everything was paid for. We stayed in Target House, a beautiful furnished apartment. We met people who couldn't stop talking about how beautiful their apartment was, that they were so blessed to be able to, live there while their child was undergoing treatment and they were going through the worst time of their lives. So we have since formed a nonprofit, the Live Like Maya Foundation, and my main goal is to bring a little bit of St. Jude to Cincinnati. We want to help families with their housing, travel, anything they need while they're in Cincinnati, but we also support St. Jude. We always will pay it forward to such an amazing hospital that helps us carry out Maya's kindness every day.
So I think, a lot of people know that we're raising money for St. Jude, and they know that goes toward research, but families don't have to pay a dime.
Right.
And that's what your message is. You don't want any family to have to pay for cancer treatment for their child.
We saw so many people losing their houses, their cars, just trying to keep their child alive. My goal in life is to, obviously we do also support research like St. Jude, but we want to help these families ease their burden while their child's in treatment. It's the hardest time of your life. I mean, it's devastating. You're just a deer in headlights. You don't know what to do, and we just want to make it easier for these families and kind of ease their burden a little bit.
Paying it forward, and it sounds like that's what Maya would want as well.
She, like I said, any random act of kindness would make her feel better on her worst days. So.
Tell me about the team you have here behind us and what you guys did today and how many years you've been doing this.
6 years, right? I think we've been doing, 6 years. And these are my ride or die. They are all my girlfriends. They would come visit me, at St. Jude. They bring me sushi. And they were just amazing. And when Maya passed away, they said, let's start a nonprofit. We can do this. And we had such a great support from our community. And so they're all on my board now. They're my board members now. So, they have always been my back, and I make them do crazy things for fundraising, and they jump through hoops to get it done for me. So they're just amazing. I'm very blessed to have them on my side, in my team.
I've loved just spending the last 15 minutes with you ladies and learning more. Okay, I see a couple of you have dragonflies on. Tell me about that.
So Maya, we do have a nonprofit in Cincinnati called the Dragonfly Foundation, and it was brand new when Maya was first diagnosed, so she was one of their first dragonflies. So they call their children dragonflies. And and they kind of provide comfort and joy to children. So Maya loved dragonflies because of that, and so now we all wear, dragonflies in blue. Her favorite color was blue, so anything blue, anything dragonfly represents Maya. And now I see blue dragonflies. They fly around my head when I get out of the car some days and look at me, and I say, hi, Maya. She's always there with me, always.
Thank you so much for sharing Maya with us and for sharing your team with us. It is an honor to get to learn more about her story and the Live Like Maya Foundation and what St. Jude did for your family. So thank you so much. And guys, there's so much more coming up today. Stay tuned. We